Attention listener. If you can hear this, then you've tuned in to our top secret radio frequency. But not to be alarmed. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're talking about Marvel and DC, but they don't have it all. At Star Wars, that's easy, but you know who to call. I'm talking about ZaneMan and Jonni Boy. The powers overflow. With a master plan they will deploy on the Hero Chat Show.
Welcome to the Hero Chat Show, where we will share every 2 weeks segments such as At the Movies, a new movie we've seen, Watching TV, a new TV show that we're watching, We're Gaming Together, a video game we're playing, and At the Con, a Comic-Con we visited, or we could have a special guest, mostly sharing from DC, Marvel, and Star Wars. I'm Jonni Boy.
I'm ZaneMan.
All right, so it's been a minute since we've been to you.
I'm sorry for that.
It's all right. We sometimes have to get our host together before we can be seated.
I've just been busy fighting crime out there. It's a crime-ridden city, let me tell you that.
Our host has been busy, school, work, you name it.
Well, not you name it, basically those two things.
Those two things, that's right. So he's been taking up his time with that. You want to get into it?
Might as well.
All right, let's do it.
It's the Hero Chat Show at the movies.
We're going back in the archives, taking a look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, released a year ago, September 3rd, 2021. Starring Simu Liu as Shang-Chi or Sean, Awkwafina as Katy, Tony Chiu-Wai Lee as Wenwu, Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery, next to appear in Marvel's Wonder Man series, although that has not been a confirmed series yet. Directed by the director of the next Avengers movie, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, Dustin Daniel Cretton. Shang-Chi, the master of weaponry-based kung fu, is forced to confront his past after being drawn into the Ten Rings organization.
That sounded like it. I think that this was probably the best movie of that phase for what had come out at that point, because I felt like it was very lackluster, that phase.
Well, up until that point, you only had the one movie. You only had Black Widow, which was basically pushed back because of COVID. And then Shang-Chi, I think, was the first one. Well, no, Black Widow was shown a little bit in theaters, but most people watched it at home. And then Shang-Chi was the first one.
Yeah, but didn't Doctor Strange also come out on that?
Yeah, so it was Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Love and Thunder, and then we end Phase 4 in November with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
I think out of those, either the Spider-Man movie or Shang-Chi would have to be the best ones.
I agree. Probably Spider-Man, because I've seen that one a few, and we'll get into that. We'll talk a little bit about that. Eternals, I mean, that basically put us to sleep.
Yeah, I was relaxing in that theater.
We were relaxed as all get out in that theater with Eternals. So Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, there's a flashback at the very beginning. You don't want me to do the flashback? No. Friday. Don't want me to do that?
It's funny because if people don't watch this in order, they have no idea what that's referring to.
They probably don't. And it's funny that they don't know, so they have to go back and listen to the one previous to this.
That's called getting views.
That is called getting views. So the Legend of the Ten Rings, a legend is one man. He's said to have found the rings in a crater or stole them from a tomb. Strength of a god and eternal life. Show him basically an ancient battle with his army of the Ten Rings, spread to every corner of the earth, and it toppled governments.
And if you had watched the other Marvel movies, you might recognize the Ten Rings referring to Iron Man.
Iron Man, the original.
Yeah.
He was supposedly kidnapped by the Ten Rings organization when he was in the cave with the box of scraps.
Yeah.
So he starts looking for the Legend of Tao Lo, an ancient hidden land with mystical creatures. As they're looking, the forest closes in and crashes the vehicle, and they come across a woman, and he's not welcome in the village. They fight. She wins, empowered by magic of the great protector, a dragon.
Yeah, it's like a powerful dragon that lets you have power, that lets you beat men.
And we will see that a little bit later on in the movie. But it was a really cool sequence. You know, she's stirring up the leaves and the wind and everything, and she's basically looking like she's just doing a subtle dance, and she's beating the crap out of him.
The choreography for this movie is really nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. He's using the 10 rings. I mean, he's really being forceful, and she's just kind of doing a dance, and she's really whipping his butt. And he, of course, falls in love.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Yep. And so you see him go to San Francisco. Sean is parking cars at the Fairmount with Katy, his friend. They're joyriding in a hot car. They go to dinner with friends. Then they're getting ready to, go home, and they were like, it's not time to go home yet. So they go do karaoke until late. And then they go to Katy's house, Ms. Chin, mom, and family, and then they take the bus to work.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Living the dream, living the dream. And they are getting picked on by the family for working, just parking cars because they have college degrees and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're on the bus and a guy asks for Sean's pendant. Two guys hold him and he defeats the two guys. Then a guy in the back of the bus, razor fist. Dun, dun, dun. Starts to fight, knocks out the driver, cuts the bus in half, crashes the bus. Razor fist gets his necklace. Katy wants to know, who is Sean? And then Sean needs to find his sister. Katy will go with him.
When you said razor fist, it reminded me of that con that we went to, and it reminded me of the video that we took of them singing I Want It That Way by the
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good, seeing them on the panel. All three of them, they seemed really close from the movie.
Yeah.
And shooting that movie. A lot of people were excited because Razor Fist in the comics fights Wolverine. So they were excited about seeing Razor Fist. And that whole scene was the movie. I mean, they filmed that. I think they had the storyboards or whatever for that when they went to talk to them about doing this movie. And I really think that it makes the movie. You get a little appearance by a little known actor from the Spider-Man movie, the one that's like yelling, "Oh, yo, Spider-Man!"
Yeah.
He's videotaping on the bus, the fight.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny in that part.
And that's what gets him all the views. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We will have spoilers, so we should tell people there's going to be spoilers in case you haven't seen it. But it's a year old. You should have seen it by now. If you got Disney Plus, what are you doing? Watch this movie.
Yeah, we do all spoilers here.
It's like we spoil the whole thing within the first. We spoil it within the first few minutes.
We're gonna spoil movies that we're not even talking about today.
Probably so. So if you haven't watched any of those movies, you need to go watch those too.
I'll get a disclaimer being like, don't watch if you haven't watched all 7 Harry Potter movies. You need to watch every single Marvel movie. Go back and watch Goldilocks
And Three Bears, yeah.
Yep.
Sean explains on the plane, they're heading to Macau. He says after his mom died, his dad started training sun up to sundown to kill a man. Sean's sister secretly learned and trained too. At 14, he was sent out on his first assignment, and Sean ran away. His name is not Sean, he reveals.
And it has to be Sean.
It's not Sean, but it's something close to Sean.
Sean.
It's Sean.
It's Sean?
It's Shang.
Oh.
Shang-Chi. But it's close enough to Sean.
I think people think that's why the movie's called Shang-Chi. Like Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
Like Shang. Like Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
You know?
And so she gives him a hard time. Is it Shang or Shang-Chi?
Yeah, no, it's not what she says. She says, so Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. So they give a little bit of hard time about, Shang to Sean. Then we see, I'm not sure what his sister's name is, Zeling?
I don't know.
Xiling, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Referenced as she's looking for him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the bus boy. 2 million views in 3 days." And the guy's name is John.
John.
That's used to be my name when I was little. Did you know that?
No, I thought it was Johnny Pistol.
That was my first radio name, but my sister couldn't say John, so she called me John. And I learned that when I went back to a church that we used to go to. She called me that so much that people that went to school with her knew that I was John.
I think you're giving away your secret identity right now.
I am, and it's okay. He basically welcomes them to the club, and it's a fight club. It's the Golden Daggers Club. They're moving through, and John tells Shang he's going to fight. We see some Black Widow extremists. We see Abomination and Wong, which was a big deal.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Wong basically is the thread that holds the kind of the glue, through Phase 4.
Longers. Sorry, that hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet. They fight, and then John helps them to find what they're looking for, which is Shang-Chi and Leung in a flashback. He promised he'd be back in 3 days, and he wasn't back. 3 days turned into a month, and then 6 years. Busboy and then the sister fight in the club. She owns the club. Of course, she wins. She beats him down. The funny part here, she looks down, or he looks down from the fighting ring, and he sees his friend Katy, and she's drinking, and she's like, "What happened to your shirt?"
Yeah.
Because he took his shirt off, and she never seen him ripped.
That was a good impression. I noticed that you've been doing that one in the mirror, too.
You like that?
Yeah.
What happened to your shirt?
That was a good one. I wish they could see what you do with your hands right now.
I know. It's pretty funny. So she also bet against him.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah, she bet against him, and he's like, "Why would you send me a postcard?" She's like, "I didn't send you a postcard." Bum, bum, bum. I know. She didn't send him a postcard, so who sent the postcard?
I was still smiling because of your shirt impression. I thought it was really funny.
What happened to your shirt? Got more girly that time, didn't it?
That was a good one.
You like it? I've been trying. 10 Rings show up with Razor Fist. Sean and Katy escape through the window. Sean takes on the 10 Rings. Katy falls. His sister gets Katy from the 10 Rings, and the Death Dealer steals the necklace. Sean gives chase. They fight. Wenwu breaks up the fight, and he's like, "Let's go home." Wenwu is the dad.
Yeah.
He's the one that they call Bum Bum Bum.
Wenwu?
Wenwu. They call him the Mandarin.
Oh, yeah.
He'll tell that story a little bit later, but she's like, "Where's your shirt?"
No, she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that anymore. That's the only time.
That's the only time she said it?
Did you practice it for more times?
I wanted to include it more in the thing. It doesn't work more than one time.
I guess you can try to include it more, but
all right, we'll check it out and see if we can do it anymore.
I thought you were going to say Mandalorian and not Mandarin.
You thought so?
I keep getting it mixed up in my head. I don't know why.
In your head, you're like, you start hearing the music and seeing Baby Yoda and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the Mandalorian. It's the Mandarin.
But it's close.
It is close.
The Mandalorian.
It is close. It is close. He's excited because his son is home. We find out that the sister left at 16. At dinner, he explains the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So we talk about Trevor Slattery.
Yeah.
Who plays the Mandarin in that movie. A lot of people were upset about that and that whole twist when that happened in Iron Man 3. His names that he's gone by has been Warrior King, Master Khan, Wenwu, but when he talks, the subtitles say Mandarin.
Yeah, that's just because that's what people know him by at this point.
Yeah, so that's what the subtitles were saying when he talked. They basically wondering what the necklaces were for. So he takes the necklaces, just the necklace part, and he puts them onto a dragon. It's a gate into the mountains of Ta Lo, the secret place that we were talking about earlier. He's like, "Your mother's waiting for us there." He's hearing their mother. She wanted to live in Ta Lo. They said that Wenwu wasn't worthy to live there.
That's a tongue twister.
I know. You're surprised I got all that out.
Yeah, try to do the Wenwu wasn't worthy.
Wenwu wasn't worthy.
I did that 5 times.
Wenwu wasn't worthy. Wenwu wasn't worthy.
You're taking pause.
Wenwu wasn't worthy. Where's your shirt?
What? That, no. What? That, well,
it doesn't happen there?
I guess you got it in. I guess that's all that matters.
That's all that counts. Shang says he's not talking to us or leaving clues. Wenwu's basically shows the penance of the dragon. It brings water and shows them a path to Ta Lo that only opens up once a year. And Wenwu locks them up, and then he hears the voice of the mom. Bum, bum, bum.
You do that a lot.
I know. It's like, "Where's your shirt?"
No, that, all right.
So Shang, his sister Katy, discover the fake Mandarin. Travel Slattery. Travel Slattery.
You clearly didn't practice that one.
I didn't do that one. So the sister leaves. She goes to find, they don't know where she goes. They don't even really realize that she's gone anywhere because they're talking to Trevor Slattery. And he's like, you can see Morris?
Yeah, because Morris comes out and they're like,
it's a little mythical creature.
They're like, oh, what is that? And he's like, you can see Morris.
It almost looks like a ottoman, like a ottoman that's alive.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. He wants you to take him home. Morris can guide you. And the sister breaks through the wall to the garage and they steal Razorfist's car. But what I thought was funny here was Trevor Slattery is translating for the carpet thing.
One of my favorite parts in the movie is when they're going through the forest and he's just like saying everything. He's like trying to translate while they're driving.
Like left, right.
Yeah, but he's like
left.
He's like in the middle of a sentence and he just says left. And then
he's talking like the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, he says there's a 90% chance that they'll make it through. And he's like, whoops, I'm sorry, 19%. So it goes from 90% to 19%. So Morris leads them to Tao Lo. They meet Auntie Nan. Our father's coming is what they tell Auntie Nan. Our people have been here for 4,000 years, she says. They're keeper of the dark gate in this realm. Dad is coming to unlock the gate. He thinks you're holding Mom behind it.
But is the mom behind it?
The mom could be behind it.
But is she?
If she looks like a big, gnarly...
Don't spoil it.
Dragon thing, like something.
Why'd you... I just told you not to spoil it.
Katy was like, where's your shirt?
No, she doesn't say that anymore.
She doesn't say that to the dragon?
No.
She wasn't wearing a shirt.
That's a good point. I think she should have said it.
She should have said it one more time right there.
That would have been continuity. She should have said it there. But maybe it wasn't established that it wore a shirt.
It's true. That is true. Dragon scales soul eaters know the 10 rings have the power to break 3. Auntie gives them dragon scaled uniforms and welcomes them to the family. Auntie gives the sister a weapon and says that Shang will train with Auntie. And I thought that was kind of cool because the dragon scales protect them and light up. They use them on their weapons and all their gear.
I think that Shang-Chi's outfit was a lot less cool than his sister's outfit.
Yeah, because hers was like more of like a white outfit and his was red.
Hers was red because everyone else had the red color, but hers was white. So every time that you saw her, you would be like, oh, there she is. And then you'd be like, which one is he?
Yeah, and I thought it was cool because Katy is learning how to do the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
She's trying to become, find her purpose.
That was a good part.
Yeah, kind of thing. That was pretty neat. Then there's a flashback Friday.
Great.
Iron Gang shows up to get revenge on Wenwu. His wife is basically there. He's not. When Wenwu returns, his wife is dead. He puts the rings back on and takes Shang with him to defeat the Iron Gang in front of Shang. At 14, Wenwu found the man that killed Shang's mother and sent Shang out to kill him. Shang lied to Katy. Basically, they're at Tao Lo and they're near the water, and he basically tells Katy that he did kill the guy.
Yeah. I mean, he did.
I mean, you can't really blame him.
He was told to.
He was told to, and he went out and did it, but, it made him sound at the beginning like less of a badass, but he wasn't going to stoop to that level kind of thing like his dad.
Yeah, I mean, but he had to because his dad was like, I double dog dare you.
Yeah, and his tongue got stuck to the pole. And then Katy was like, where's your shirt?
I have that was off the rail. I don't know where that went.
That's just part that I remember from watching the movie.
I genuinely don't think
that wasn't part of it.
What were you watching?
I was watching Shang-Chi.
Were you looking in your notes to find where you read that?
I was looking to see where I wrote that down, but it's not here. Wenwu shows up at Tao Lo as they prep with dragon scales. Auntie says, you can't do that. Auntie faces the death dealer. The sister faces Iron Fist. Wenwu pays his respects to his wife. And then Wenwu versus Shang-Chi. Wen blasts him into the water and heads to the gate, and he hears the voice of his wife. And Wenwu blasts the gate with the rings, and creatures start coming out. Creatures kill the Death Eater, and Razor Fist agrees to work together. And then there's a mega soul sucker that comes out. That's the mom. She's a mega soul sucker.
Yeah.
It's not very nice, I don't think.
It's a pretty mean name.
I don't believe that she would like that name.
No, she wouldn't.
If we gave your mom the name Mega Soul Sucker, I don't think she would like it.
I don't think she would like that you said that on the podcast.
Probably not. Probably not at all. So Shang remembered his mother while floating in the water with the dragon. His mom says to take what both her and the father have taught him and make it his own. After breathing in the dragon's breath through the bubbles, Shang-Chi rides the dragon, goes to stop his father at the gate. They fight. Shang-Chi takes the 5 of the rings. They change to yellow, which was kind of cool. It was purple with his dad.
Yeah.
Then they fight with the rings. Shang has all 10 rings, and then he throws them all back at Wenwu. Yep. Bum, bum, bum. It's really neat, when they do the ring part and he gets half of the rings. You're like, oh, man, he's doing exactly what his mom said to do. He's taking the best of her and the best of his dad.
The best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. We could sing a song.
Yeah, I
do some karaoke here.
I'll make that a song.
Yeah. It already is a song.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure
that was the theme song to...
No, I'm pretty sure that was original by me.
That was the theme song to the Hannah Montana show.
No, I don't think it was.
Shang pleads with his father. He's like, we need you. Wenwu says to Shang from the Dweller of Darkness, and his soul gets sucked out. The rings go to Shang-Chi. The dragon fights the mega soul sucker, and his sister's riding and closes the gate. Basically, Shang seals the gate. So it's come quite along. Shang and his sister both ride the dragon. They take on the mega soul sucker.
How many times? I feel like you've said that a lot of times now.
It's just fun to say, mega soul sucker.
I guess so.
Mega soul sucker.
Let me try. Mega, what was it?
Mega soul sucker.
Mega, what is it?
Mega soul sucker.
No, I'm all right. You can go.
He sucked off your shirt, and I'm like, where's your shirt?
That's what you said?
Yeah.
That's how you would say it.
That's how I would say it.
Okay.
Katy shoots an arrow through the dweller's neck. Shang throws the ring around the dweller's stomach and pulls them out, killing the mega soul sucker. Auntie, Katy, the sister, and Shang are alive.
No way. All of them?
They live on to the sequel.
Dream on.
Yep. They're having drinks with friends, and then guess who shows up?
Is it Wongers?
Wong shows up asking for Shang-Chi. And they're telling the story of how they beat the Mega Soul Sucker and the dad, and they were in a magical land called Tao Lin with Trevor Slattery, who used to be the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Then Katy and Shang leave with Wong. And that's the end.
I think that must be a world record for you. That's like the fastest you ever gone through a movie.
I mean, I just felt like it was just, where's your shirt? Kind of fast.
That's how you would explain kind of fast, just saying, where's your shirt?
So fast that your shirt would get ripped off. So then you're like, where's your shirt?
I think it's getting worse.
Probably is. I probably should have practiced more. Well, it's Marvel. So there's a mid-credit scene. There's an after-credit scene.
Oh, is that where you're to explain it scene by, like, pixel by pixel?
Pixel by pixel. So it starts to reverberate back from a black screen into the colored screen. Wong is studying the rings with Banner and Captain Marvel. A beacon in the rings is sending a message. Wong, Katy, and Shang then sing karaoke.
Yeah.
Because they were like, let's go home. And he's like, it's too early to go home.
Yeah.
Let's sing some karaoke. And they sing a song called Hotel California.
Yeah.
And the reason why they sing this song is because Katy said that at one time when I guess Shang was getting ready to get into a fight, she looked at the guy and started singing Hotel California, confused him.
Yeah.
And then earlier in the movie, she did it to one of the 10 rings when they were outside the fight club, and she sang Hotel California again. So it was funny that they were singing Hotel California. And
she said it was the best defense.
Yeah, and Wong's got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah, it was a beautiful voice. And then Katie's like, where's your shirt?
She doesn't say that anymore.
He didn't have a shirt on.
It was the first time. She said it the first time.
That was it?
That was it. She didn't say any of these.
That was the only other time she said it?
Other time? What do you mean?
I thought she said it more than once.
Wait, actually, I haven't seen the movie in a while. Did she say it more than once?
She might have said it more than once. You have to watch the movie now.
I have to make sure.
The after credit scene, his sister is cleaning her room. Razor Fist says they're waiting, and his sister sits on the 10 rings throne. women and men are training, because when she was going through it, she learned in the shadows. Her dad didn't know that she had learned how to be a warrior, and now they're all training.
Yeah.
So based on that, and based on Phase 4, where would you put this movie if you're thinking about Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor, Love and Thunder?
Well, I think I already got into this a little bit, but I would say it's either at the very top or right below Spider-Man. I don't think that this phase was the strongest phase. I don't think it was even close to the strongest phase. I think it's on the lower side of the spectrum. Honestly, let me see if I can remember them. I would probably place Black Widow at the lowest out of this phase. I'm just doing this phase. And then Thor Love and Thunder I would do next. And then I would do Doctor Strange Mom. Like I said, Spider-Man or Shang-Chi at the top for this phase.
Well, the only one that you forgot, and probably because you slept through it, was Eternals.
Right, that one's not even on the list.
That's not even, you didn't make the list. Didn't make your list at all.
It's not even on the it's so bad that I'm mentally repressing it as we speak.
You're just totally forgetting that happened. You're getting Doctor Strange to do the spell to help you forget that movie.
Exactly.
That would be great. I wish I could do that too.
Except I'm adding all of those like add-ons to the spell, so it's like messing up.
It's fine. I had Eternals at 6, Thor Love and Thunder at 5, Black Widow at 4, Doctor Strange Mom 3, Shang-Chi 2, and Spider-Man No Way Home at 1.
So it's basically the same, right?
Basically almost the same.
Except you kept Eternals on there.
You did Black Widow and I think Thor different or something.
Oh,
You ranked that one a little lower than what I did. I liked Black Widow. I thought it was okay because I really like Yelena. What's her name?
Yelena.
I liked her.
I liked her a lot, but I think she was like the only things I liked about that movie. I was really excited to see Taskmaster, but they like completely changed everything about that character.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day about the movies and the shows, because they're not getting, like, Phase 4 has just kind of been wonky. It's a lot of material to think about when you think about all the movies and all the shows. A lot of it was made during the pandemic, during COVID. And so I think that kind of messed it up a little bit too, because some of the earlier ones, I think they could have been better, but they weren't better because of COVID. Now, Eternals was just a hot mess.
I don't know what they were trying
I don't know
to
what
do.
they were trying to do with Eternals, but because that's supposed to be all colorful. And I remember watching the Honest trailer for that one, and he's talking about they sucked all the color out of it because the comic book was so full of color. It's the same guy that did Thor Ragnarok and was so colorful. It's the same guy, Jack Kirby, that did that, and they saturated the color out of the Eternal. So it just with that palette, they messed it up.
Yeah.
But it's just so much stuff, and I really think that COVID hurt them a little bit as well, with them not being able to produce maybe the quality that they could have. They had to change some things and make things shorter and that kind of thing. So I think it hurt a little bit, and it made this so wonky because it was so long anyway.
Well, since we're probably going to phase out of Marvel for these two other sections that we have for today, what are you thinking about the future of Marvel so far after everything being announced?
I don't know. I'm concerned a little bit. I mean, they have some cool things coming up. Secret Invasion looks pretty cool. I'm interested to see post-COVID. I think we're going to get some really good shows and movies post-COVID. Like, I think 5's going to really kind of gear it up, and going into 6, I feel like they could just go to the limit. But they did announce Scarlet Witch movie. I don't really know if we need that. And we have a Captain America movie as well. I don't really know if we need that. But they said that the Ant-Man movie, which is the next movie, and that's the first movie in Phase 5, is going to lead directly into the Avengers movie with Kang. And then they said that the Secret Invasion is going to lead right into the Marvels. So you're having some, kind of stuff that you should have probably had with Multiverse of Madness and Doctor Strange, but they had to flip things and they had to change things. So I don't think they got the story exactly the way they wanted it. So I think it's going to be a little bit better, but there's so much stuff to pay attention to now.
Yeah.
It's so much stuff to pay attention to. And then you're trying to get all the zingers and all the little stuff. And I think sometimes they're just kind of pushing we're appeasing the fans button, There's like, boom, did you see that in there? Boop, did you see that in there? We put that in there for you guys, for you fans. I think there needs to be less of that and just more working on the story and the characters. That's what I really felt like the first 3 phases were focused on, like really great stories, really great characters, really great action, really great movies. And I hope they kind of get back to that. What are your thoughts?
I'm a little bit sad that I think they pushed back Quantumania, didn't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like both of the Ant-Man movies, and so I have high hopes for that, even though it's one of the first movies after.
It's after Black Panther.
Yeah.
So you're going to get it the first of the year. They actually pushed the Marvels movie back further.
They pushed the Marvels back too, and I thought about that. I was like, I would be interested in seeing that. But now they've already set up for it, and so by the time that we see the Marvels, I'm not going to remember any of it.
Well, and they said something during the D23. They said that in the show, Ms. Marvel, when she changes places with Captain Marvel, that all three of them change places. So wherever Photon or whatever, I think she's at on the outside in space, outside of where Nick Fury is. I think they call it the Saber. She's outside the Saber in space. And so wherever Ms. Marvel was, Photon goes there. Wherever, and we know where Ms. Marvel was, she was at home. Captain Marvel goes there. And then Ms. Marvel goes to where Photon was outside the Saber.
Yeah.
Because they said the footage, she's knocking on the door to try to have Fury let her in. So, yeah, we'll get those. It's taking a while. But that's what I'm saying. You have to watch so much stuff, remember so much stuff, and, oh, that's right, and then rewatch stuff. But I enjoyed rewatching Shang-Chi. That was one of the ones I liked, top 3 out of the 6 movies that they had in that Phase 4.
Overall of Marvel, how would you rate Shang-Chi? Just Shang-Chi, not the other ones.
I didn't really write that down. I mean, I've watched it a couple times. It's enjoyable to watch, and I always use that as an indicator. But I don't know where I would rate it on all of them. I didn't really do that. I didn't do that full list.
Yeah. I think it's above average, but closer to middle of the road.
Well, they were excited because the director's going to direct the Avengers Kang Dynasty. So that sews up the movie. You want to move on to the show?
Wait a second. Yeah, all right.
Let's do it.
You are watching TV on the Hero Chat Show.
So you're looking at the Book of Boba Fett. We're looking at a couple of different episodes here because we looked at 1, 2, and 3 already.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was a 7. I was watching 6. I'm like, how are they going to sew all this stuff up? How many minutes is left in this thing? And I'm like, oh, well, there's another episode.
Yeah.
That's how they sewed it up. But the air date started December 29th, 2021. It was Wednesdays on Disney+. You had Tamura Morrison as Boba Fett, Ming-Na Wen as Fennec, Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian, Matt Berry as 8D8, Carrie Jones as Black Chrysanthemum, and it was created by Jon Favreau. Bounty hunter Boba Fett and mercenary Fennec Shan navigate the underworld, where they return to Tatooine to claim Jabba the Hutt's old turf.
Yeah, I think that's what they do.
So you go into episode 4, or chapter 4. We're reading the book of Boba Fett. It's the Gathering Storm. Boba Fett partners with Fennec Shan. So it's a flashback on Tatooine.
Oh, gosh.
The Bacta tank. Boba's in the Bacta tank wandering on the Bantha. Makes it to Jabba Bid's palace. Spies on the palace and how many guards are guarding the palace. Tells the Bantha not today. Still too many guards. They're still on Tatooine. They've been on Tatooine.
Everyone goes back to Tatooine.
Always on Tatooine. 2 explosions in the night sky. Fett, as we guessed, while watching The Mandalorian, finds Fennec. He's the one that finds Fennec.
Fennec.
They remember in that episode where he finds it and they didn't show who it was, but they had the spurs and people were like, oh, that's Boba Fett. And they were all excited. Well, it was Boba Fett. He found Fennec.
Was it Boba Fett?
It was Boba Fett.
No way.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. So he goes to the mod parlor because basically she is all messed up. Fett takes Shan for modifications. Shan wakes up and Fett says, you were dying of a gunshot and I saved your life. You are a master assassin, Fennec Shan, of the Mid-Rim. Help me recover my fire spray gunship. So this is the first time they talk about his ship, and the name of the ship now has changed because people were upset that it was called Slave One.
Yeah.
So now it's called the fire spray, and this is the first mention of it in a show or anything else.
But the Lego set still called Slave One.
Did they? They didn't call it the fire spray?
I think they called it the Slave One.
So we go back to Jabba or Bib's palace. Shan uses a device to scan the palace. She's like, there's too many guards. And that's what Boba says. And she's like, we need to time their patrols. Go in quiet. Boba and Fennec take on 3 droids in the kitchen. Fennec takes on like all the guards and gets the fire spray out. So it really should be called Fennec Shan, the Book of Fennec Shan instead of the Book of Boba Fett, because she's the one that kicks all the ass.
The Book of Shan.
The Book of Shan. Fett kill the Nico riders and they take on the Sarlacc. Fennec kills the Sarlacc. I mean, she's killing everything. Boba looks for his armor inside the Sarlacc. They blow it up with one of the bombs that they used back in episode 2 when they were in that fight when he was following, Obi-Wan was following his dad, and they used that bomb that kind of just stopped, then all of a sudden you hear Pew!
Did you do that impression too?
I did. I practiced that one in front of the mirror. Was that good?
I mean, I guessed because I saw you do it and then you smiled afterwards, waiting for my...
Well, I was waiting for your approval. Did I get your approval? Or
It was pretty good. I got...
like a 2.5
Out of what?
out of 3?
Who rates things out of 3?
I'm just saying, 2.5 out of 5. Boba kills Bib, takes over the palace, end of Mando season 2 that we saw. And then you see the mayor's Major Dojo singing. Black K takes on a Tardashian, Garza Flip in Garza Flip's house, or the sanctuary. And she tries to talk him down, but Black K rips his arms off the Trandoshan, showing that, Wookiee will rip your arms off.
That's the finisher in the complete saga.
Yeah, he ripped the arms off. Boba Fett witnessed, and he basically gives Black K a job. Boba meets with the families of Tatooine. It's the Trandoshians, it's the Qualish, it's the Clantonians. They ask to remain neutral if the Pike Syndicate contacts them. We must prepare for war, Fett says as they're leaving. I'm short on muscle, but heavy on credit. And then Fennec says, credits can buy you muscle. And then we hear a little bit of the tease of the theme that we all want to hear.
Yeah, did you practice that one?
I didn't do that one. I don't know how to do the theme. It's like a bunch of sticks.
Okay.
That's not it. I can't do that one. But anyway, it was the Mando theme. Yeah.
The Mandarin theme?
Not the Mandarin, but the Mandalorian.
The Mandarillion.
Yeah. He drove the Mandalorian. So if you get up to 85 or 88 miles an hour, he's going to go back to the future.
Oh.
Yeah.
Back to the past?
Back to the past. Maybe he can save the Sand People. I don't know. We'll have to see. Chapter 5. That's not it. It's Return of the Mandalorian. An unexpected ally emerges. But it's Chapter 5, Return of the Mandalorian. Like
it's expected.
Yeah. So they're off-world at a meatpacking plant on a ring planet, which was really cool.
You know what meatpacking reminds me of?
What?
Obi-Wan.
Exactly. He stole a lot of meat, didn't he?
He did. And then he never got fired.
Never got fired, but that guy he really got thrown, for a loop because the Inquisitor, he was the one asking for water and butt in front of her.
Yeah.
So he got his due. It's Mando.
Mandarin?
It's Mandalorian. He goes further into the plant looking for Kaba Baz, a Clatonian. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Did you practice that one?
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Just try again. What was that?
I can bring you in warm,
Why?
or I can bring you in cold.
I didn't even ask you. Why is there a clicking? Was there a walkie-talkie?
Isn't he letting me speak through a speaker?
I guess.
I don't know. He kills all of them with the Darksaber. But you're seeing him utilize it, and he's not very good.
It starts getting heavy.
And he cuts himself. He walks to meet the person who put out the bounty. He wants to basically get access to the shaft on the substrata. Mando follows the symbols to a door to the armorer. and Paz Vizsla tends to him, and she's like, what weapon would cause such a wound? And he talks about the Darksaber, or she talks about the Darksaber for by Tar Vizsla, which is Par Vizsla's ancestor.
Yeah.
Both Mandalorian and a Jedi. The Mandalorian says, I have met Jedi. And the armorer says, you have completed your quest to rejoin the covert as we rebuild. And then she says, the mythosaur is rising up a new age of Mandalore. Beskar, she tells him, is meant for armor, not weapons, because he has that Beskar spear. So she talks about Bo-Katan, and then she says, born in a mighty house of the Empire. They destroyed all we knew and loved in the night of 1,000 tears. And she's not a fan of Bo-Katan. Not a fan of Bo-Katan. Do you like that?
I heard that one.
That was improvised.
Sure it was, Dad.
Not a fan of Bo-Katan.
Did you write a song about it too?
Wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go. So she gave him a bunch of information, and then the armorer trains and fights with Mando, teaching him to fight with the Darksaber. Pa Vizsla, he's just sweating at the chance. He challenges Mando to a duel for the Darksaber. I mean, it's actually his ancestry, so he should, step up to the plate. And he's a big Mandalorian.
The other day, I was looking at Lego sets, and I saw one that had the armorer, whatever, Vizsla guy, and the Mandalorian in it.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really expensive. It was like $30 for 300 pieces.
Yeah, Paz Vizsla.
Paz Vizsla. That's what I said.
Yes, Armorer calls the fight when it's looked like Paz is going to be the winner. So she calls it before he can win, looks like. Then she asks if he's ever removed his helmet. He's like, yes. She said, you are a Mandalorian, no more. You need to be redeemed in the waters, the living waters of Mandalore, in the mines of Mandalore. So Mandor, the Mandalorian, leaves by transport, and this is a pretty funny part because he's going to Tatooine. He's using regular, because he doesn't have his ship anymore. Razor Crest was.
Oh, is he going to Tatooine?
Tatooine, yeah,
the place where everyone goes to.
Sand, it just gets everywhere.
Exactly.
He removes all of his weapons because he's going by regular transport. So he has to remove all of his weapons, the rope and everything.
And he's like, I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are part of my religion.
And the robot didn't care.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, whatever.
So on Tatooine, we see a BD droid. Bum, bum, bum. What does a BD droid remind you of? Come on, class. What does a BD droid remind you of?
No one said anything. Was that Miss Frizzle?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Did you just do a Miss Frizzle?
I did. Peli Motto chases a womp rat with the droids. Mando saves her. She says she has a replacement for the Razor Crest. And it's an N1 starfighter, handmade by the Royal Guard. Handmade, no droids, she tells him. No droids, she tells him.
No droids?
No droids.
No droids.
Peli and Mando fix up the N1 starfighter, and he flies it through Beggar Canyon and the pod race sequence from episode 1. Mando says, "Wizard!" And an old friend is looking for you when he comes back, Fennec Shan. But first, I got to pay a little visit to a friend.
In a nice ship like that, I bet you could bullseye some womp rats.
Back in your T-16, can back some womp rats. Got to go to Tashi Station.
It's a power converters.
Power converters. So that's where chapter 5 ends. And then you get chapter 6 in the book of Boba Fett. From the desert comes a stranger. Mysteries are explored, and Boba Fett learns new information. Yeah, new information.
Did you just say new information?
Some new information.
New information?
New information.
Is that some new information?
That is new information. He finds out that the armorer is no fan of Bo-Katan.
No fan of Bo-Katan.
Yeah. Actually, they're in Mos Pego on Tatooine. Pike's over a speeder with Spice. Cobb Vanth shows up, kills the Pikes except for one, and he dumps the spice.
Dumps it.
Mando shows up on the planet. Luke, R2, and Grogu are on the planet with Mando. Mando lands and he meets R2. R2 takes Mando through the forest. The droid's collecting rocks to a big temple-like structure. R2 shuts off, which is funny, and the droids are basically building a bench that Mando sits on to wait. So they're not only building the new Jedi temple, they build a bench for Mando to wait on.
And Mando doesn't trust droids.
Doesn't trust droids. So this isn't on Mos Pelgo. That was just the first scene. This is on a different planet. Grogu and Luke are meditating. Grogu gets distracted by a frog. He's trying to lift the frog into his mouth. Luke opens his eye and sees this. So then Luke does what any teacher does. He lifts all the frogs. Like, come on. He's just, Grogu's hungry.
Off.
Just give him a food. Just give him the frog. He's hungry. The little kid likes to eat. Because Luke doesn't want to eat, doesn't mean the Grogu can't eat.
Yeah, Grogu gets some frogs.
Yeah.
You think Yoda ate frogs?
Could. I don't know. I don't remember I want to say his little character came with a snake. Might have came with a frog. I don't remember. I had to go back and look. Luke and Grogu go on a walk, which is kind of funny.
I really like that scene because I know exactly what you're talking about. When he's walking and he has to He forces Grogu to jump, kind of walk. So they're walking at the same time. It's very cute. I like that scene a lot.
He tells Grogu about Yoda. Luke helps him remember. And we see a flashback Friday of 3 Jedi protecting Grogu from the clone troopers. Mando wakes up to find Ahsoka there. And she's like, someday this will be a school. Grogu will be its first student. Mando wants to see him. And she's like, I warned you of attachment. You see Grogu with Luke under a tree far off. Basically, is he a fondling or is he a Padawan? Ahsoka will deliver what Mando brought.
A foundling?
Foundling or a Padawan?
You said fondling.
My bad. Foundling or a Padawan, not a fondling. And he has a little gift that the armorer made for Luke, which I didn't talk about. When he met the armorer, she melted down the spear and wrapped up this little gift, and it made it look like Yoda ears when she wrapped it up. It was so cute.
Yeah.
We were wondering what it was. We don't find out what it is yet. Mando leaves, and as Mando is leaving, Grogu reaches out to him through the Force. Pretty sad. Yeah. Luke trains Grogu to jump, which is funny. Luke runs with Grogu on his back, kind of reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back when he's training with Yoda. He basically takes a training remote and fires on Grogu. Grogu doesn't like it, but he does learn to jump. He eventually destroys that damn remote. And he starts remembering more of his training, or at least that's what Luke said. So comes around, he's like, you're doing a good job. You're real natural with that. He's like, I don't think I'm training him as much as he's remembering. Ahsoka and Luke talk, and she says, I'll see you again.
We'll meet again.
Some sunny day, probably on Tatooine.
Yeah, that's how the song goes.
So then we go back to Fett's place. Mando arrives, looks at a map of the Mos Espa. He said, we need foot soldiers. Mando says he can help, or he can get help. So he goes to Mos Pelgo, and he visits with Vanth. And one of the guys that's running the bar says, we're Freetown now.
Freetown.
They're no longer Mos Pelgo, they're Freetown.
Freetown.
And Vanth lived at Garrison. Town wants no part of it. Vanth wants to have a meeting. And then a man through the haze. Who could it be? It's Cad Bane. Bum, bum, bum. Cad Bane. Cad shoots Vanth and his deputy. I shot the sheriff and I shot the deputy.
That's what happened, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, he's walking away. He's like, yeah.
I shot the sheriff, and I shot the deputy.
Yeah, he's a good singer.
He is that Cad Bane. He's got a golden voice. Mos Espa, 2 Pike ordered and leave. They forgot their Cantonium, and they're in the sanctuary. And the Cantonian blows up.
Oh no.
Yeah. Jedi school is complete. Luke and Grogu face each other. Luke says Mando wants him to have this armor. Luke basically wants him to choose Yoda's lightsaber or Mando's gift, the armor.
It would have been so cute if he had the lightsaber.
I know, that would have been cool. But Yoda was like, he's like, choose one. Only one. Armor and return to Mando, or their lightsaber and you're the first student. And you never see Mando again. Come on now, Grogu. What are you going to do?
How come Luke gets to keep his connections?
I don't know.
Like, he's like, I'm the chosen one.
But he still gets to love on Leia and Han, and he gets to rub on Chewie.
My friends, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
And
he gets
Yoda's
to hold
like,
his attachment, but not for...
And Yoda's like, we need to train. And he's like, but my friends, they're in trouble.
Yeah. I like that you'd practice that voice. That was good.
Yeah. I honestly, I listened to the movie and I just followed along with it. It's exactly how he sounds.
Say it ain't so, Grogu.
And, he's just like, you don't get connections.
So that's why I was sitting there trying to figure out, like, man, they're trying to get all this done in 6 episodes. And, like, making him decide, like, is it continuation for the Book of Boba Fett? No, dummy. There is book number 7. Chapter 7. In the Name of Honor, Boba Fett and Fennec Shand face an escalating conflict. They're at the Tatooine Sanctuary. Fett and Fennec are at the site of the Sanctuary bombing. It's all basically hollowed out. Everybody that was in there died. And the Pikes back Mando is hopeful. They're hopeful for Cobb Vanth, and they hope that he's raising a garrison. So Mando's back, and they're basically hopeful that Cobb Vanth is raising a garrison. They don't realize that Cobb Vanth and his deputy was shot by Cad Bane. Cad Bane goes away singing, I shot the sheriff, and I shot that deputy.
You changed the structure of
Cad just does whatever he does. He's a villain.
the
Does what he wants
hunter.
to do. It's a bounty hunter. The mayor, Mok Shaiz, is hiding out with the Pikes. Cad Bane reports to the Pikes, finds out the Pikes, not the Nico Riders, killed Fett's Sand People friends. Big spoiler there, if you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, you better not have been doing other work while we're talking.
I know. R2 delivers Grogu to Peli in Luke's X-Wing, tells him his name. She thinks it's a terrible name. She's like, Grogu, I'm not going to call you that, which basically is saying like what everybody else is not going to call him that.
Because no one says that.
They call him Baby Yoda. She's like, that's a terrible name. So she's saying what everybody's thinking. They're at Mos Espa Sanctuary. Odd Squad is what I'm calling them, is patrolling the old city and spaceport. 6 of the Goring guards are there. Black K is at City Hall. Drash and Scad and the other mods are the Aqualish Quarter and the Workers District. And then, of course, Mando and Boba Fett and Shan are at the Sanctuary. Cad Bane shows up at the Sanctuary to negotiate for the Pike Syndicate. Boba does not negotiate. Cad says he paid Marshal Vanth a visit and not to expect Freetown. Cad reviews or tells Boba that the Tusken murders are by the head of the Pike Syndicate. Boba negotiates are terminated, so he doesn't negotiate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're terminated. Aqualish attack the mods. The Trandoshians attack Black K, or Santo, as they're calling him now. Clantonians attack the Gamorrean guards at the spaceport, pushing them over the cliff. So sad. Gamorrean guards died a horrible death.
Yeah, they were always given the short end of the stick.
I think we should take a moment of silence for the Gamorrean guards.
Okay, yeah. It's starting now. Seems long enough.
Yeah, just got to remember the Gamorrean guards.
Yeah, give me Orion.
Such a horrible death. They'll still show up in the Shrek new movie.
The Shrek new movie, yeah.
Yeah, because they're the same color as him.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
They're probably related.
That's why Grogu's in there too.
Yeah. Fennec goes to the Mos Eisley Desert Survey Office where the Pikes are.
Eisley.
Yeah.
You know that you've said the name before. Eisley?
Did I say that already?
What is spell it?
Oh, I don't know. What did I write?
You have
Mos Eisley. spaceport.
How
You'll never see a more wretched sky of scum and villainy.
I genuinely cannot tell when you are faking not knowing how to say words.
And this is it,
You've said Mos Eisley my entire life. There's no way you just said Esley.
Well, I messed it up.
What?
The major's domo goes out to negotiate. Boba at this point writes his book because he goes out and says he reads a surrender to the Pikes and he's offering nothing, and you can leave and take the spice trade with you.
Yeah,
the whole book of Boba Fett.
That is what I would call the Boba Fett book of Boba Book Fett.
And so Boba and Mando flying on jetpacks shooting the Pikes when they are at their lowest. The people of Mos Pego, or now Freetown, show up. The fighting, then the mods show up. Then Black K Santos shows up, limping, because, he took on like all the Trandoshians.
Because he's the GOAT?
Yes, he is. I mean, he's pretty badass. Boba goes after the robots with guns. They have force fields. Everyone runs. Boba and Mando jetpack away. Boba flies off for reinforcements. So you're like, reinforcements? What? Who else does he have? Santo almost got through the force field of that ship with guns. Peli shows up with Grogu. Grogu jumps to Mando, and he's like, "You got the shirt."
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, the shirt?
You got the shirt.
What happened to his shirt?
Where's your shirt? You got the shirt. Peli calls it a scorpion droid, so we know that they're scorpion droids. Boba shows up riding the Rancor. Yes. This was, highlighted, damaging the force fields. So Mando gets in with a Darksaber. Grogu uses the force and damages the droid, and Boba and the Rancor tear it up. The Mod and Freetown take a stand. Boba and the Rancor show up. Scorpion droid versus Rancor, and Boba defeats the droid. Mando and Peli and Grogu show up. Cad Bane shows up, and the Rancor throws Boba down because Bane is using fire. Boba and Bane face off. Bane rips Boba's helmet off. Boba beats him with the gaffy stick. Stabs Cad Bane, revealing the metal plate on his head from their previous encounter of a cut scene that they did during the Clone Wars.
I can't keep doing that. I have asthma.
Mando rides on the Rancor. Grogu saves Mando, puts the Rancor to sleep, and he passes out.
Because he's so powerful, that little man.
So powerful, and he just takes a little nap. Little baby Yoda.
Little baby nap Yoda.
Baby nap Yoda. Pikes withdraw. Fennec kills the head of the Pikes. She stabs him in the back. And she kills the mayor. She's killing everybody. They should have called it the Book of Shand.
Book of Shand, Boba Fett. Oh, no, Book of Shand, Mandalorian, Grogu.
Something. Mos Espa is cleaning up the town and showing an appreciation of Boba. Santo and the Mod Squad. Mando leaves with Grogu, launching into space for Grogu in their new N1 Starfighter. He's like knocking on the little glass. And he's like, all right, one more time. And so Mando fires it off, and that's it. They take off.
Yeah.
There's an after credit scene.
Nope, I think that's it.
Cobb Vanth in a Bacta tank, and the guy from the Mod Parlor is looking over him with a torch. So he's not dead yet.
He's certainly not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
You
Are
know,
going to get some mod parts.
If there's anything that he's not, it's dead yet.
This is probably why Luke wanted to go get some power converters. Maybe he wanted to mob squad himself back to life.
You know, he eventually does get that hand.
He does. And he's forever known as Han Solo.
Fennec hand.
Yeah. Yeah. So what'd you think of Book of Boba Fett? Not your favorite?
I think it could have been more linear.
This second half, though, really
it really picked up.
It just, it's Mandalorian.
That's because it's the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Yes. So it was like it just went from like being at a 20 to being at like 85.
It was like they realized what was happening. They're like, oh no, hold on.
We need a little shot of Mando.
Look at this. Look, you see that? You know who that is?
Did you see these episodes? Wait till you see these episodes.
Look at those guys.
Look at these people in these episodes.
Don't look at those ones. Look at these.
It was awesome. So, and, Star Wars shows, same way. Same thing with Disney, Marvel and the whole thing. It's not living up, to what we're expecting. But I think it really does have a lot to do with COVID. You had the same director that did Boba in The Mandalorian, where he did the one where they were just basically ripping the stormtroopers up. And you didn't see any of that with this director. It was just, he made Boba into like a wimp. And even the guy that was playing him, was saying, I think he's talking too much. Like he needs to talk less, But I think it'll probably get a second season. I think they're going to do a second season. And when they interviewed two guys that are in charge of everything, and he basically said that we're getting a bunch of different Star Wars, which is the truth. And we were getting a bunch of different Star Wars and none of them the same, but that could be a bad thing too. So anyway, you ready to move on to the game?
Yep.
Let's do it.
We're gaming together on the Hero Chat Show.
All right, so we normally talk about Star Wars and DC and Marvel and even try to include that in the game realm as well, but I really wanted to have ZaneMan look at this game, Stray.
Yeah. So far, I'm just going to give you a little hint. It's about a cat.
Yes, and around town, Zane is known as the Cat Whisperer. We have 4 cats at the house, and he can make them all come in and do tricks.
I've been playing with this one right here.
And he can make them eat and drink and do all kinds and laugh. Backflips and all kinds of stuff. They even, sometimes they'll disappear, and we don't know where they've gone. And Zane will call them up again. So he's the Cat Whisperer, so I thought, who better than to talk about this game, Stray, about a cat than ZaneMan?
Sorry, I got distracted playing with the cat. I don't want to give too much away because it's a very short game and I highly recommend it. I want to tell you the story without giving away too much, and I want to tell you about the game without giving away too much. And if you have any questions about the game, I want you to say, halt, inquiry. You got that?
We're doing a story? It's story time?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story.
About a man named Jed? Barely kept his family fed?
No. What?
Okay. Not the Beverly Hillbillies?
What are you talking about?
Okay, we're talking about Stray, right?
Yeah, Stray the game.
All right, now if I have any questions, I just say halt.
Halt, inquiry.
Inquiry. Okay,
if you don't say that, then I will not respond to you. I'll pretend you don't exist.
Can't say like, where's your shirt?
No, I just won't respond to that.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. We start off and we look at the game. It's already beautiful. There's these, 4 cats in a little cave. It's raining outside. Beautiful, lush green. And you're playing as this beautiful orange tabby cat. You walk up to one of your cat friends and you pal around a little bit. You guys are just like messing with each other. You walk up to this other one. You rub them a little bit just to show a sign of friendliness. And then you walk up to the front one. It's just, it like cuts out to the title screen, I think. I'm guessing at this point, because I forgot it was so long ago. And then it cuts back to the next day, and you guys are leaving home. And here's where I'm going to get more vague. Something happens, and you get split up from the rest of your family, and you end up in this place where it's all dark, and it's mysterious, and, you are just a little cat. What are you supposed to know about the world? So you do what any cat does. You take a little nap, and then you run off into a new world, and you find that it's very empty. You start off in this abandoned town. You're just so confused, and you find that you can parkour really well because you're a cat. You can just jump up to wherever you feel like, and you keep walking until you find these parasites, and these guys hurt you real bad. So you just gotta run. You book it. All right. When I say you run. Okay. Are you listening? You run.
Like Forrest Gump, I'm running.
Yeah. Run, Forrest.
I was running.
That you run. And then you get to a town and you notice that there's
little town. Little town.
That's perfectly harmonized. Not harmonized.
Little town.
All right, anyway. You notice this figure. This very human-sized figure. So you walk up to it, it sees you, and you realize that's not a human. That is a robot. Dun. And you notice that it's not a human. Dun, dun, dun. It's a robot. And he sees you and he runs. And you're like, what? Why are they running from me? And you start trying to chase him to figure out why he's running. And you notice that all these other robots have noticed you. And now, can you stop? And now they're like hiding in their houses. And you end up walking towards this like guardian. He's wearing a poncho and he has a nice little hat on. He has a cane. And you walk up to him and he's like, you're not one of those things, are you? And you, the cat, you just meow. And he's like, yeah, you seem pretty chill. As long as you promise not to eat anyone, you're allowed in here. So then you go about your business and you're just trying to figure out a way back up. And you're in this like place where you can't find anything. And so you do a bunch of these little things. And there's even a part where you can... You find this musician, and he says, I'm the musician who knows no songs. And so you can go and find some, like a music recording, and he downloads it, and he starts to play a little tune, and you set up some pillows next to him, and you can meow along to the song if you want to.
I did see that on the, like a YouTube video or something where he was just kind of chilling with the guy playing a guitar.
Yeah.
That was pretty badass.
Then you get to this part, and you realize... oh, hey, is that a carpet? And you scratch your nails on the carpet.
What would robots need carpets for? They probably, the gears would get stuck in the carpet.
I mean...
suspend my disbelief. I get it. Okay.
I can't go into detail about these robots, because it's more part of the lore that you'd have to get from watching. Basically, the robots are imitating humans, but the humans are dead.
Okay, so they would need shag carpet. I got you.
Yeah, just for the style of it. You go about your business and you learn that those little parasites are powerful enough to eat through metal. So and you realize that they've built this big old dome to keep it from the harsh outside. But they realize that if this cat is here, then the outside must be lush again. And that's why I was so explaining it at the beginning. So you do all these little missions. You realize that there's a lot of these parasites, guys, but if you have a black light, you can blow them up. You reunite families. You just be a cat in general. You can push balls around. You can meow if you feel like it.
Knock things over.
Love
that.
You can do that a lot. It's a very cat game. And then,
it's a cat chill kind of game.
Exactly.
Cat chill.
At one point, you get locked up in a prison because you're just too cool for school. So they lock you up in a prison, and then at the end of the game, you finally open up the top and you make it back to your family.
How wonderful of a game is that?
It's super short, but it's a beautiful game. At the end, you can see the overview of everywhere you've been. You look to the left and you see that abandoned town at the beginning. You see the prison off in the right corner. And you see all the towns, and you see that there's more things. But they've all been localized because of all the parasites.
And how did you feel playing as a cat? You remember my experience? I talked to you on the episode when we were talking about being Batman. I just thought that it was super cool that I could be Batman. What did it feel to be a cat?
It felt like you genuinely just didn't care. I feel like these robots were projecting a lot of their problems onto you. I don't know how they expect a cat to solve it. But, he does, and he was really cute while doing it.
Maybe we do that to our animals. We want them to solve all our major world problems, and they're just licking their butts every day.
I mean, but it works. Look at him.
They're very clean. They keep clean, but they're not solving world peace.
They could.
But they could. In this game, they did. Knocking stuff over. That's a release. Just knock stuff over every now and again.
One of my least favorite things about the game, and it's not very negative, it's at the end. They never show you reuniting with your family.
Oh.
They just show you leaving the
dome.
Leaving the dome.
It's just implied that you return to your family.
It's implied, but I was like, it's such a big world out there. How's he going to find them?
Yeah, they should have showed you so you had closure.
Yeah.
Now you're just going to be forever wondering, did he return to the family? I wonder if he got to his pups.
His pups?
His kangaroos. I wonder if he got to the...
It worries me every day. I wake up and I'm just like, oh God, did he get there?
Did he get to his kids and his wife?
He doesn't.
Dolores.
Dolores.
I don't know. I'm making up a whole backstory for these people.
Anyway,
These cats.
did you have any inquiries about the game that you wanted to know about?
No, I mean, you told us what most of it about it, and I remember watching that one little scene on YouTube or whatever where he was cuddling and the guy was playing the guitar, and he could stay there as long as he wanted. Or you can get up and go on. Or I saw where you could knock stuff over and crash into things and break, windows and panes and different things to get in, and you could mess around with the different robots and make robots trip and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was I haven't played it, but I just thought, what a chill game. Just kind of hang out playing a cat.
Exactly.
So, well, that's all we got for this week, I believe.
I don't have anything else.
I don't have anything else either. So join us next time on Hero Chat Show, where ZaneMan and Jonni Boy will discuss Rogue One, a Star Wars story, She-Hulk 1, 2, and 3 episode, Spider-Man, the game remastered. Yeah. Check out Hero Chat Show on Instagram at hero.chat.show and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Don't forget to check out my other podcast. It's called Under the Influence with DJ Johnny Bravo. Also, don't forget to check out other episodes of Hero Chat Show and tell a friend who likes DC, Marvel, or Star Wars. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
See ya.
Attention listener. If you can hear this, then you've tuned in to our top secret radio frequency. But not to be alarmed. Kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're talking about Marvel and DC, but they don't have it all. At Star Wars, that's easy, but you know who to call. I'm talking about ZaneMan.